Hello y'all. Today is Saturday, January 15th, 2022 at 10:04 a.m. So, um I'm going to turn off the light cuz well, um I guess at nighttime I have to turn off the lights to save storage space on my phone. And then during the day, um I got to turn off the light in order to so I won't have to see as many gnats and fight them off. I mean, overall, it's more quiet over here. But a few days ago, I had some new neighbors check in right here. They got a red car and a Texas license plate, but I don't want to just. I mean, I kind of figure that there's a chance they might not be a perp. But then I'm wondering, um, red car, Texas license plate, and right next to a targeted individual. Y'all some doggone perps. But what if there's a chance you might not be any perps? But a lot of, you, you know, and the car is not that new. It looked like it's about 2007, so it can't be a rental car. But with that, the license plate looks kind of new. So, I'm wondering if these are perps, but um I don't know if they came between Tuesday and Wednesday. They've been here for like 3 or 4 days now. In the first few days they were so quiet and I didn't even really hear them. But then after 1 o'clock after 1 o'clock in the morning, they were kind of noisy enough that I had to film them, you know. But me trying to not, me trying to just keep down confusion or whatever, I just, it's very hard to try to not say anything. But they pulled up at a little after 1 o'clock in the morning and had their car music kind of loud while backing in and stuff like that. Now that's like the second red vehicle, um, you, you know, the second red vehicle that stayed right next to me. And the first people definitely were gang stalkers. But as I said, the first couple of nights they were quiet. These people right here, they were quiet. And then even after they got inside, I heard a little bit noise and like them, you know, and but then after a while it got back quiet again. So I'll try to see tonight what they might do. Um so then I mean, yeah, I want to say that because of the gnats and lack of bathtub is the reason why I can't wait to get out of here. But I love the peace and quiet, and I love the idea of a roof over my head. and and get to take a shower and stuff. But I so badly wish I could take a bath, like a detox, soak my whole body kind of bath. And I'm hoping that when I pack my stuff up and have to end up back on the streets again, I'm hoping that the gnats don't, like, if I got to put my stuff back, I mean, I will have to put my stuff back inside the storage unit. Um, I will have to put my stuff back inside the storage unit. So I'm hoping that none of the gnats sneak and travel with my things, and I don't want any gnat infestation in my storage unit. But I had to clean out the little garbage can here, and remember I told y'all about the refrigerator and all over the floor and everything had a lot of dog hairs from the previous people. I can't even use the dresser right here because it's like kind of dirty inside, a little bit filthy inside with dog hairs and stuff. So that's why I never used the dresser, the clothes drawer right here. So I just got my mainly got a lot of my stuff in bags. But I would like to have enough time to be able to on my end clean and clear this place out and take my stuff to the storage unit while I can. Um but and I mean every single day I'm gonna have to do videos trying to plead and beg for help and ask for help. Um until or unless I can get another job. And I mean I'm hoping I can get something, because how do I have no luck with filling out over 30 job applications, whether it's in person or online? How do I end up not really having luck? So there'll be times when I would fill out over, like I would be it would be 2017 and I would be at wit's end. I had a roof over my head in a place, but I was financially struggling really bad. And Donald Trump was taking out an extra $134 for Medicare Part B, but then eventually for like 3 months, and then eventually we got the money back. So trying to live off of $530 in the year 2017, and I think my income was, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think it was close to $700 after getting the money. After getting the money, I know I think it was under 600. I mean under $750 a month to live off, and then my Section 8 would be like $150, and then I had, you know, to pay for, electricity, and pay this and pay that bill, pay phone bill. But I was trying to look for something online or in person, like what could I do, and then pulling my hair out because I didn't know, I couldn't figure out what to do. And I would fill out, and I mean, nationwide, and I was willing to relocate and move anywhere. Um, but then I discovered I do not like cold weather. But then again, I knew that, I do not like cold weather. I can't function in cold weather. So, but I was, even filling out job applications where I can relocate to certain places and just being rejected, like filling out applications, um, no matter what, end up getting rejected, and fill out at over 500 applications on Indeed and get not one response back. So, and it's like people like, just be patient, just be patient. I'm like, I've been patient for all these years and unemployed and blacklisted, can't get a job nowhere, and stuff like that. So, I mean, but I guess social media has its ups and downs. Um, but I I woke up. I mean, let's see. I failed the test of going to bed before 11 like I wanted to last night, and I I guess I ended up going to bed at about 1:30 last night, and I woke up at 9:30. But I remember, but like sometime after 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, I had a gap where I couldn't go back to sleep for a while. For like 30 minutes to an hour, I couldn't sleep, and then went back to sleep. But then I woke up at 9:30, and other than getting up and go use the bathroom, like your bladder wakes you up every morning. Other than that, one of the first things I do, shame on me, I know, check my social media or whatever. And so I came across a couple of YouTube videos of, and I'm gonna try to put them in the description box as well, and wonder what do y'all think. And there's a third video, if I can find it, I'll post that too. But I was debating on whether or not to do a blog post or a YouTube video about this topic. Excuse me. So, I figure that it would take me all day to type about that blog post or topic. So I figured that I would rather just, excuse me, do a YouTube video about it, since I can get more words out in a shorter time just talking, rather than taking the time to write and then go back and edit and everything like that and proofread and stuff. It takes it's more time consuming. So I figure I can just do in a video and talk. But I'm going to try to not take the whole 3 hours and talk about this topic. So there were a couple of people who are saying to stay off social media, because social media is, the the narcissist domain, pretty much. So so much what people will say, vanity and attention seeking and stuff like that. So I had never I think okay I think in 2006 was the first time I heard of MySpace. And it probably was out before then, but I didn't find out about it until 2006. But when like back then, people used to use computers and stuff for work and or whatever. Like back then, I remember the old fashioned typewriters. Who remembers the typewriter? So I remember old-fashioned typewriters back then. I used to kind of find that fun, but I hated when you made a mistake you couldn't erase on the typewriter. And back then, I used to get the typewriter and the computer mixed up. And so then, doing certain, like, I was all excited and I always wanted to learn how to type and use the computer and stuff like that. And first time I ever got to use the internet, I think it was 1996 or 1997. And I was 13 years old in 8th grade, and I remember being a die-hard fan of Aaliyah at that time, and the song One in a Million, and I liked the Dark Child remix. And I remember being in 8th grade and looking her name up, and she was considered one of my favorite singers around that time. And I looked up her name, and and I remember looking at some pictures of her, and they had, I do vividly remember searching the internet, and they had a picture of her wearing all black hair, and had her hair swoop and sunglasses, and they had like a fiery orange background. I remember that vividly. And we were in junior high and middle school, and they used to have where the kids can use the computer for like an hour or two, like a computer lab where the kids can research the internet. So the foster mom only let us do that for like a week or two, and then she quit letting us do it for whatever reason. I don't remember why she stopped letting us look at the internet, but then I was so eager to want to learn how to take up computer classes, so I don't remember taking any computer course until my senior year in high school, I think. It's the earliest I remember. And I was all excited and determined to want to learn how to use the computer, learn how to type. It took me a while to catch on to learn how to type, but eventually, now I can type without looking. But even if I haven't used a physical computer on my laptop, I still know which key is where without looking. So we were taught how to master that. So then I had some computer electives with Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and stuff. But when I was taking the basic computer courses in high school, they taught us on Corel WordPerfect and Corel Suite. And then when I was in college, we were taught Microsoft Suite and stuff. And so when I was like, Aaliyah died on me and my twin sister's birthday when we turned 18, and I didn't find out until the next day. And then we had access to the internet, and in college and in the dorms, and the internet was so slow. And I remember, I think I remember even going to the library the end of my senior year in high school and get on a computer for like an hour or two a day, maybe just looking stuff up or researching. But I remember for a few years, I would look Aaliyah up all day, every day, and try to find whatever information I could on her, calling myself, being a dedicated, diehard fan and stuff. And we were in that cult, so I didn't know much of anything about idolatry and stuff like that. So, I guess it seemed like as if Aaliyah filled a void in my life years ago, but I guess it wasn't the right void filled in my life. So I turned away from that, and I didn't realize there was such a thing called celebrity worship or celebrity idolatry or anything. But I turned away from that, And now I realize the real void that need to be filled is Jesus Christ. But I also looked up to other celebrities as well until I found out on Twitter in 2010. I found out they're not nice people and they're not good people either. So that was a big disappointment. So I remember I think I had a Facebook in 2006 as well, but didn't use it that much. But then with Facebook, I lost my password and haven't used it in years. And then 2009 came and it became really huge. So I used to be on sites like experienceproject.com and, calling myself trying to get online emotional support for the abuse that I've been through with family members, friends, or whatever, like anxiety and depression support groups. And there was no support because everybody just attacked and abused you even more for trying to seek out emotional support and help from online strangers when there's nobody in person that want to listen to you or be supportive. You pay a counselor to abuse you. You pay them and they end up abusing you. You don't pay them to abuse you, but you pay them seeking help and relief from your traumas and abuses, and they end up abusing you and you re-traumatizing you even more and blaming you for your problems. So you call yourself trying to seek out help and relief or emotional support from online strangers because you don't have anybody in your family that's going to listen to you or want to listen to you, and or your family don't even want to be supportive of if you're going through something. So me looking to social media or Yahoo Answers, Experience Project, AnswerBag.com, and all these websites, and trying to get help. Trying to years before I realized I was targeted, or before I realized what was going on. So then MySpace, I was excited about all these cute people or interesting looking people, or around the world, or even in America, and me trying to seek out not anybody to date or anything, but just wanted some online friendships with people, and the idea of trying to seek approval and acceptance from people, and validation and stuff. And so I remember MySpace between 2006 and 2008. Everybody started off nice and friendly, and I remember on Yahoo Answers, I had some support in the beginning. But at first, when I very, very first started, I was like, excuse me, I was wondering, why does everybody give such harsh, cruel answers on here? And so many people being like, don't pay attention, it's just an avatar. And you can't see the people behind the screen, so their thoughts don't, or their opinions of you don't matter, and they're strangers behind the screen. And the fact that they're an avatar is not it's not real, or they'll say the internet is not real. Don't pay attention to it. Excuse me. So then it's like after that there's had some people say, be careful of what you say to others on the internet, because there is a real human being with a soul behind that avatar. So be mindful of what you say, to that person behind that real life person behind that avatar. And so I noticed that people will be inside and on a computer more, and kids would play outside less. Back then, we used to have physical social interaction of kids playing with each other or adults socializing more, and stuff like that. Now, um, like people used to be more social at malls, movie theaters, church functions, playground. People used to have block parties, picnics. You don't even see that much no more. Everybody's all into themselves or locked in their homes, you know, and people were saying how dangerous it was to be inside and on the internet all day and stuff. And I had that problem, but hey, I didn't have a social life or friends or anyway. I was all to myself. But in 2006, I had some problems with people on MySpace, but I had some people who I could, consider like an online friend, you know, but and sometimes it seemed long term for like a couple of years, and then I lost contact or whatever, or I had to deal with some meanness and bullying. But I even had some people who were supportive friends on Yahoo Answers, but that also was a time when I was being bullied and harassed by a few people on Yahoo Answers. They had it to where you couldn't block them. So and people used to have fun on and joke a lot on Yahoo Answers. And then some days there would be a day where all I would get was just nothing but rude responses from everybody. And I'm like, is today bitch day? What is wrong? Why is everybody being all, aggressive and mean and stuff? But then after 2009, everything went downhill. Like everybody started to become meaner and more narcissistic and more serious. People quit joking around, laughing and having fun. But everybody wanted to be serious but fake at the same time. It's kind of weird to explain. But and so everybody started to get like politically correct and easily offended or easily angered, and more agendas were being pushed. But I didn't realize that back then. Um so then, you know I mean, MySpace, I used to find it addictive like crack, but they used to call it social networking back then. But I don't know when they started. I guess when after MySpace got thrown away, that's when they started calling it social media, I guess. But MySpace was the big thing, and then Facebook got bigger. And I also I got introduced to YouTube in 2006 by a friend who's no longer a friend. And and so after that, let's see. Like in 2010 was when I found out about the Illuminati and mind control, and I was moping in the house, depressed, and had a rough year. I attempted suicide that year. And 2010 was one of the worst years. It was a very depressing year for me. But it seemed like Facebook made everybody meaner. Like when people used to be kind of nice on MySpace, but then when people get on Facebook, then they become meaner and more stuck up and arrogant. But in 2011, the beginning of 2011, they kept striking me, and I'm wondering, what am I doing wrong? So also, my twin sister also contributed to me just deleting all my Facebook and everything. And plus, people speaking against the Illuminati, they would say, get rid of your Facebook. But then, she was the one who caused me to lose all my friends, everybody on my friends list. Like how I had from 1,275 people on my friends list, and then I go to sleep, and then I wake up, and I'm all like, you mean like an exact number of 1,000 people turned against me? I'm like, what happened to the other 1,000 people on my friends list that everybody had me blocked because of her lies and smear campaigns and false rumors about me? And so everybody thought that I lost my mind and was going crazy. So, I mean, you know, found out the truth in 2010 and was also going through like a severe mental health crisis, and in and out of the mental institution, trying to take myself out. And they had a lady who was a narcissistic perp in that fake mental health group, and she was a patient too. And she turned around and said, "Why do you keep trying?" She said, "Why do you keep trying to kill yourself?" But some people say this is all spiritual, and it took Facebook for me to realize that everybody's cold-hearted. Nobody really cares about you. Me even being singled out by my family and ignored and hated by my family wanting nothing to do with me, biological birth family and foster family, all hated me and had me blocked and stuff. And me feeling like a depression, severe depression. And it's like Facebook and even Twitter in 2010, because I joined Twitter in 2009 and found out about it like the end of 2009. And then I didn't use it that much. But when I found out Aaliyah's brother Rashad was on there, that's when I started to try to be more active. But then I had to find out the type of person he truly is, and which was a big shock and disappointment. But also, social media helped. If it weren't for social media, I would not have found out the truth. I don't know. It's like social media has its pros and cons. So I feel like even though they censor the truth, I feel like social media is good for me to learn certain truths that I wouldn't have known. But I quit watching TV a long time ago. I think I sold my TV to the pawn shop and got like maybe $20 or $30, and it was a big TV too, not huge, but kind of big. And so ever since 2008, I got rid of my TV, never really looked back, and I just been using the computer and the internet. But even in 2007, I had a TV, and the TV was always watching me. So, I would make those jokes and I didn't realize that it's true that the TV would be watching you too. So in 2004, I used to feel like, well, it's nothing good on TV, nothing interesting on TV. Everything is boring. So I quit watching TV a long time ago. And I didn't realize that there was witchcraft behind social media, and people use social media to do witchcraft on others. And so then I mean 2011, I got rid of my Facebook for good. And I don't remember if it was 2000. I think I got rid of my Twitter in 2010 and left it alone for a while. I got rid of my Twitter before Facebook, I guess. I didn't realize that. But then I did no social media for a while. And then my twin sister made it like she wanted to try to make me get back on Facebook. And I did for like a week or two, and then got rid of that Facebook too in summer 2011. And people speaking against the Illuminati and New World Order try to say get rid of your Facebook, mainly Facebook. But then I got back on Twitter in 2011 under a different name, and no Facebook, but just only Twitter. And I heard about Instagram in 2013, I think. And I ended up getting rid of that Twitter, but I said I would vow to never, ever, ever use Instagram. And look at me, 2020 I used it. But so I would just surf the internet and research Illuminati, New World Order, Christian resources, and natural health and survival and prepping. Excuse me, in 2012 through I still do. So, but it's harder to find true information because all the truth that you heard that was available in 2007, 8, 9, and I didn't even know. I wasn't even aware. But even 2012, 2013, they used to have some good documentaries, excuse me, that show you the truth. But then they're gone and you can't see them now. And they used when I was living in Los Angeles, they had a lady that was in Venice Beach. I mean, she was at Venice Beach, and she would give away free truth DVDs of the New World Order and stuff. And she would let me pick. I mean, she would let me pick whatever I wanted. I think it was called the Dollar DVD Liberty Project or something like that. And so, her name was Teresa, and I think I remember she. I don't know if the gang stalkers got to her, but she seemed like as if she treated me like a pest and didn't want to be bothered, you know, like I got on her nerves or something. But I was just hungry for the truth on the search on the path of truth. And so I don't even know if that's still available, the Dollar DVD Project or whatever, but so that's what y'all see in the description box. The True DVD for Christians is a compilation of a lot of different resources of my research and and things that I researched and everything. Excuse me. And part 4 is some of the same stuff, but also additional information geared towards targeted individuals and gang stalking. So so then so 2013 I was still like between 2013 and 2017 I was still using Experience Project, but they shut that website down. They shut Yahoo Answers down. I used to call the crisis hotline a lot, calling about my problems, and I haven't called them in a while, and I didn't realize that that's a different topic. But I've done videos before talking about the crisis hotline, but those videos are gone because the other channel is gone. Talking about my experiences with the crisis hotline. So they're part of the gang stalking, a heavy part of the gang stalking too. So that's why I don't call crisis hotlines anymore. But me feeling down this week, I was highly tempted to call the crisis hotline because of what I went through this week. But I haven't called them, so I did call a crisis hotline over the summer, last summer, when I was at the YMCA. I called a few times. I don't remember exactly what I called about, but I do remember calling. But I'm glad the lady was supportive and seemed like a Christian. But I feel like they don't have enough Christian based crisis hotlines or prayer lines. Um, but the ones that I have dealt with in the past, professed Christian crisis hotlines, they're more, and Christian counseling is more brutal. It's more, they're meaner and more brutal than secular counseling. And I think that religious narcs gravitate towards being a Christian counselor just so that they can oppress and hurt the, even and further hurt the already hurt. So even in person, I dealt with a so-called Christian counselor who bitter and angry and narcissistic and power hungry, and play all kinds of psychological games and blame you for your problems. You know, so, and you pay them this, you pay them, and they don't even try to give you Bible scriptures or let you know everything is going to be okay, or they don't pray with you or for you or anything like that. But they profess to be a Christian counselor, but then I heard that Christianity should have no place in psychology and psychiatry, because psychiatry and psychology are more like secular humanism. So and towards Satanism. So that was before I knew better. But if I'm going through something, of course, prayer and reading the Bible, but I also try to seek out, somebody that's Christian to talk to, but they all act narcissistic and blame you for your problems and kick you down even harder rather than, being supportive. They do victim blaming and talk about how foolish you were in the situation and stuff, and that person had a right to do whatever XYZ evil to you, or that you deserve to get raped and stuff. So nowadays, professed Christians, they act like as if they know more, or they think they're better than you, or they think they got more sense than you and stuff. And they said that one of the most dangerous places to be nowadays is the doggone church. Ain't that sad? So back on topic to the social media thing. So other than Experience Project and Yahoo Answers and stuff, oh yeah, I was using Yahoo Answers throughout those years as well. So 2014, and then sometimes I would get frustrated and don't even use Yahoo Answers anymore. So they recently shut down Yahoo Answers within the past year or two, and so I would use Quora, and then the perps ran me off of Quora, and so then I would get like $10 every 3 months from Quora from the questions that I asked, even though I shut my account down due to the bullying and everybody having me banned from the narc groups, because my twin sister smear campaigned me to everybody so that I couldn't get any support in the narc groups, and then she pretended to be the narc victim. So y'all know about that. So, and let's see. So no social media. I wasn't even doing, like, in 2010 and 2011. I think even 2007 I tried a couple of videos on YouTube on this channel right here. But then, because this channel right here I've been having since 2006. So but I guess it was 2006 when I first heard about YouTube. But when I would try to do videos in 2007 or something about mental health, or something, or psychiatry, I would get nothing but abusive, rude responses, and people victim blaming me about what I went through and stuff, and me, you know. So I had to deal with cruel comments on YouTube. But nowadays, it seems like people can't get away with comments as cruel as they used to be able to. So so then I didn't do YouTube videos for years. I guess tried to experiment with a few YouTube videos. But then um I tried to do a YouTube video or two, a few of them, some on nature and experiencing day vacation and stuff. I had a few videos, but and I also did a video a few years ago about what happened when I left my place in Los Angeles, and I should have kept that video up. I wish I can go find that video. And I did a few other videos, and that I wish I could have just left up. And so people in person will walk up to me and say, "Well, hey, I saw your YouTube videos, or I saw you did a few YouTube videos," and then they would show me the video that I did and make it like I'm supposed to be embarrassed because they saw my videos. But they had a guy in person who was in Greenville, South Carolina, and I was exposing that fake mental health, that fake Triune Mercy Center. They were all fake Christian perps, narcissistic fake Christian perps who play all kinds of psychological games over there too. So I did a video exposing them and a Salvation Army across the street in Greenville, South Carolina, and it had a guy who said that he saw my video, but the whole entire video was muted. And so I didn't even realize, because I didn't even go back and rewatch the channel. But I did a few other videos that I was wondering. I didn't realize the gang stalkers muted my videos, and I didn't realize about that was a gang stalking tactic. I was wondering, why was I being muted? So every time I would try to research the Illuminati New World Order and stuff, and throughout the years, and I didn't realize it was that the gang stalkers freezing my computer every time I try to research the truth, or they would some kind of way supernaturally corrupt my entire external hard drive, and I couldn't even get that information back. So, and then me not having enough money to have a backup external hard drive. I can only afford one, so I couldn't afford 2 external hard drives. Excuse me. So then after that, I started I had my final confirmation about being, because I had my suspicions throughout the years, but I had my final confirmation in 2019, and I started doing videos about narcissistic abuse and dealing with the foster mom and telling the whole story about that. And also around that same time, I got my final confirmation about being a targeted individual, so I started doing videos. And I was going to write, ever since 2019, bad experiences in a mental hospital was why I was going to write an ebook and entitle it The Psych World, and talk about how corrupt the mental health system is. But excuse me. But then I realized the picture is bigger than just mental health. The whole entire world is fake. So I went back to working on my ebook entitled The Psych World. So 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 then 2019, yeah, I started, and so I started doing videos talking a lot about the narcissistic abuse, and then I started being gang stalked even more. I guess because I don't know when to say my targeting went overt, but I know I've been targeted and having a lot of, gang stalking and harassment. But some people say that once you recognize that you're targeted, that's when it becomes overt and you get super harassed. But it really got worse in 2018. April 2018 was when I started speaking up about gang stalking and narcissistic abuse. And I saw some people do videos about gang stalking, and I had to refamiliarize myself with the tactics. And a lot of these channels and videos are gone now. And so I told this story before. It was April or May. No, it was June 2019 when I was in my hometown, New Orleans, on Canal Street, downtown, and they had a guy who cheated me and scammed me with a laptop with my tax return money. He cheated and scammed me, and I confronted him about it, and he was reading he was Arab Muslim, so he was reading the Holy Quran, and so I put him on film. And I questioned him. I'm like, well, how could you read a book of holy works or whatever, and you sitting here cheating and scamming people and overcharging, and then he got aggressive, and when he slapped me in the face, and like the instant he slapped me in the face, my phone fell out of my hand and broke and fell to the floor, and I had eyewitnesses that defended me, and there was a police officer nearby, and the police officer made it like he didn't want to help, lied and said he couldn't do anything about it, and I had to go to the main police station and say, well, that's not criminal or that's civil. Yeah, when I report abuse and stuff, they want to say, even when I was dealing with the foster mom, Adrian Felder, with her abuse and taking my money and stuff, and they would say, ma'am, it's a civil matter, not a criminal matter. So, but all I got to do is call somebody a bitch, and you're going to jail. But somebody takes thousands, robs me of thousands of dollars, and that's not a criminal matter; it's a civil matter. So, all the names I get called, and I'm supposed to ignore it. But then. So I remember I had an online feud with somebody that I exposed trying to get over on somebody, and he tried to say, well, don't have no real evidence, but just talk. And so I said, I don't have no real evidence. And so they started thumbing down all my videos when I showed my proof of being gang stalked. But it seemed like it's the so-called TI community has had an issue with me since day one. And so we're still going through this harassment, and some people making like it's pointless to continue to do videos. They might be like, just showing your proof, that's enough. So if it's 20 years and you still what you're going to do, you're going to be filming the gang stalkers or worried about them for the rest of your life. After a year or two, after that's attention seeking. They try to say that you exposing and showing people your gang stalking, that it's attention seeking. But then those are the same people who say that you're fake and not real, that you're not a real TI. So people have their own opinions and perceptions on what they want to call a fake TI or a real TI and stuff. Or some people might be like, well, oh, just because you don't show what they're doing all the time doesn't mean that you're a fake TI or that you're not a real target. Well, one sure thing for me to consider you a fake TI is if you claim to be targeted, yet say that I need medication and I need to be locked up in a mental institution. That's what makes you fake to me. Because why would you say that if that's part of the agenda? It's like you want me destroyed and using just like the regular perps, using psychiatry and mental health as a weapon and think you can keep me under control or keep me in line. you know, so ever since then I've been, you know, filming my gang stalking nonstop, and I figured that I do it for my safety and protection because when I don't have my phone, the gang stalkers, if I leave here and go take a walk and leave my phone behind, the gang stalkers swarm me like bees, or there would be a setup. I get up, can end up getting locked up in a mental institution with no, so that's why I try to make sure I have my phone for my protection, and I put them on film. Y'all saw they try to run over me with the car the other day. And so the guy who blocked me this week, it's like if we both going through this, I'm still being targeted. Never sold out, never took a deal. So, I mean, I don't get it. Why people just decide to give up on you or turn against you if they're going through it too. And some people say, well, it's the mind control technology. Don't take it personal. Or it's AI. It's artificial intelligence. No, it's people's own free will. So, people want to be hateful and abusive and controlling and dirty. And people who's supposed to be Christian who let you down and hurt you, it's the worst. Worse than when family do, and family hurt you worse than the rest of the society. Why can't I get my words out correctly today? So at the moment, I'm struggling. I can't even connect to the internet on my laptop today, but whenever this video uploads, it's gonna upload. So can y'all imagine? I've been talking for nearly an hour now, and if I had to write all this stuff out, wow. I mean, it probably might take all day to write. So it seems like if you can't see somebody face to face, it's like people are via text message or internet post. If it's through typing or something, people are more likely to be easily offended and mistake you for something that you didn't mean to do, and they think you mean one thing when you don't mean it, or you don't mean any harm. And or even talking on the phone, they're more easily, if they can't see your facial expressions or whatever, it seems like they can more easily mistake you for doing or saying something hurtful, or they think you're trying to be sarcastic or whatever, or they take you the wrong way and get offended and block you or get rid of you. But then again, they do have certain narcissistic abusers that do or say something hurtful and cut through your soul, and and so then it's like But then they'll say something hurtful, and then they'll say it's for your own good or that they're trying to help you. And or so they've had people throughout the years who try to bully, harass, and lecture me, telling me stay off social media and stuff. But I know that the online gang stalkers want to try to reduce or eliminate my online presence. Like even as of yesterday, last night, I looked up and saw that on YouTube Studio, I could still see, you know, how many thumbs down I got on videos. And I noticed that when I get more than the average 3 or 4, if I get massive thumbs down, like 18, 19 thumbs down or more, I know that my twin sister is the reason behind it, because she went and did her follow-up video and then go show all her social media and have more people come and attack me and make me feel like as if I must have said something wrong or bad or offensive in my videos. Or, so, everybody else, certain people get more well liked, and some people say that the idea that it's fake, the idea that you know if people are giving you all these thumbs down or whatever, some people say, well, it's fake, don't take it seriously, don't take it personal. But if people falsely report you and get you eliminated or removed and all that important information you had, you know especially if you're trying to research the truth, and they get your account deleted and you can't even get it back, and all those videos that you try to save that you wanted to watch, like everything, you miss out on that because they got you shut down. So some people try to say that me getting banned from physical places, being homeless and targeted, they try to say, oh, you're banned from Sky Zone forever and you've lost your job. Oh, don't take it personal, it's not real. I'm like, yes, that is real life. I can't go back there. Or I can't go back to Everman for the rest of my life. Or I can't go back to this place for as long as I live. So, so I mean, I really hate the idea of people trying to say that don't take this, don't take real life personal, because they feel like these new agers feel like real life is not real, or that what we go through in this earth is just not real. So they'll try to make it like as if real, actual, physical life is an illusion. Is that what they try to get you to think? And that's not so. Like your pain, your hurt, your happiness, your joy, everything is your feelings is real. It's valid. So if somebody hit you upside the head with a brick, where you're gonna say, don't take it seriously, don't take it personally, just ignore it. If you're gushing blood and you need your life saved, yeah. So these new age people are so dangerous, so dangerous. And then people start to internalize and believe with their beliefs and everything, and get destroyed by it. So um the like this morning, that was what I did. One of the first things I did, have to get up and use the bathroom, and then I check any messages I might have on my email, YouTube, well, email for looking for jobs, and YouTube, and Twitter. So in 2019, I did a video talking about why I no longer do social media. And so I was only doing YouTube in 2019 and 20. And then after Alex ran me out of Pensacola, out of desperateness, I got me a Twitter, a GoFundMe. I got a another Facebook, and a Instagram. What I thought I promised I would never do. And Instagram can be kind of addictive too. But so then I had an Instagram for a short time. Never had Snapchat, OnlyFans, or TikTok, but so many people were like when I don't have Facebook and social media, oh, get a Facebook, get on Facebook, or get a TikTok, or whatever. But when I'm on Facebook, oh, stay off social media, or stay off YouTube, stay off this place. But I know the online perps do that for control, and they want me gone, to just thumb down all my videos. And some people say they get paid to do that, or they get paid to make these videos and slander me and lie on me. So and it's painful that even if you're being targeted and another person is being targeted and y'all personalities don't mesh, it's painful to have to let them go. That y'all just not meant to be friends, even if y'all both targeted. But some people have like a controlling personality. But I hate the same people who tell you get rid of your YouTube, stay off social media, or take a hiatus. They use it more than they use it more than you. Like if you and they said, well, get rid of your YouTube because I'm about to get rid of mine soon, or get rid of your Twitter because I'm about to get rid of mine soon. But then they still, years on, they're still using it. But they want to make me feel ashamed for having one, or saying your videos are too long and you should keep your videos to 10 minutes or shorter. But people who they choose favoritism towards, people who they like and thumbs up, and they have like a 2-hour video and say, man, you need a part 2, or man, this video wasn't long enough, or they'll say you need a part 2, or this video wasn't long enough, or they'll say that that, well, you should have had the video long enough, or this video should have been longer, or I would love to see a part 2 and stuff like that. Or they would tell people that they say your videos are too short. We wish they could be longer. But it's like a lot of favoritism, even on the internet. Like people choose favoritism towards who they want to help, or if they don't like you, they want to leave you hanging and stuff. So I had already had my blog because I was frustrated when I had my WordPress blog in 2020, because I was wondering, these professed targeted individuals wanted me to just shut up and ignore. But those are the same ones who saying that Candy is not a real target, or she make the TI community look crazy, or she give the TI community a bad name. So they make it like as if I'm gotta be punished with being excommunicated from the TI community, and think that they have the authority to dictate that Candy is not a TI. They don't say Candy is not a real TI. They say Candy is not a TI, period. Forget saying Candy is not a real TI. They say Candy is not a TI. And so they would try to falsely accuse me of just playing a game and just pretending to be targeted just for clout and money and attention, and that GoFundMe, which is now gone because the perps and the fake TI perps have bullied me into getting it taken down, and making threats to report me for fraud when I committed no fraud. And y'all don't have any proof or evidence of me committing any fraud. Just making false assumptions. So so it's funny because after what I went through, actually, let me back up. Like towards the end of December, a couple of weeks ago, I thought about maybe I should just keep my videos up, but just leave YouTube alone. But I feel like, and this was before I got a strike on my channel. But the strike on my channel was the reason why I relaunched another blog again, so I can be free. And then what they did to me on Medium.com is why I launched, my current blog that I have. So then I'm sorry. I pause when I'm trying to think of what else I need to say, that hopefully I'm not forgetting anything. So then I was, I had, like towards the middle end of December, I thought, well, maybe I should just, excuse me, y'all, maybe I should stop posting videos because nobody's listening or nobody's paying attention, or I figure I'm doing this in vain, or people want me shut up or shut down. And I'd be like, well, here's proof of my gang stalking. Look, then thumbs down on purpose so my videos can be suppressed. So people, I feel like, how can I not find one targeted friend that I can stick with? And then people be like, because you're the problem. Well, all of us targets are the problem. That's why we're on this list. What makes you think you're better than me? So, wow, I swear, these gnats. But, the internet, I've learned a lot from the internet. I mean, the internet is how I found out about, cults, mind control, Illuminati, New World Order, survival and prepping, foraging for wild edibles. So they had a guy who did like, some people say that social media is the devil's domain, and that it's not a natural way to socialize. That sometimes even over the phone, that people say the most meaningful and the best communication is face to face, in person. Because, if you have a family member that you love and care about, or a spouse or a baby or whatever, you would love to be physically there with them, not all the way in Germany talking to them through Skype. People don't really like that. They want to be physically close by their loved ones or friends or whatever. But it's funny how the idea of you developing a personal relationship or friendship with somebody who you would never cross paths with in person, but you've been communicating with them for 5 years online, but you know about their life and they know about your life, but you might never see that person's real name, or you never see that person's face. So this morning, when I woke up and I logged on to, YouTube and Twitter and checked what messages I might have, and then I get so many narcissistic, control freak, fake TI perps trying to say, stop doing videos, it makes you look foolish and stuff like that. So I don't know if they tell other targeted individuals, stop doing videos because it makes you look attention seeking. Or they make it, as I said before, they'll make it like you're attention seeking by trying to show, look what they're doing to me. They make it like as if when you show your targeting, they say you're the narcissist because they think that you're all about me, 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 me. When that's not true. They're trying to kill us out here, and we're trying to make people aware. Gnats. I don't know where the gnat went. But, sorry, y'all. They're out here trying to kill us and profess targeted individuals. The ones who freaking block me, they're the main ones who be like, Candy, please, if anything happened to me or if I die, please promise me that you're not gonna let the mainstream media spin out the narrative. Please speak on my behalf. Please, but you expect me to deal with my targeting and shut up. But then they say, well, if they die, then they beg me. I mean, people don't listen to me. They think I'm crazy anyway. So they're not listening to me talking about my own targeting. So what makes you think that they're gonna listen to me if I say, well, Michael if Michael gets shot and killed by the police, well, and falsely considered as having a mental health episode and get shot and killed by the police, then but they'd be like, well, Candy, please, whatever you do, please promise me that, please promise me that you won't allow the mainstream media to spin the story that I was crazy or on drugs or a nutcase, please. And then next thing you know, you block me. But then you expect me to deal with my targeting on my own and expect me to shut down all my social media and deal with my targeting on my own and not reach out to other targets for support or help or emotional support. It's not always, it's not really always about money or anything like that. I'm trying to fight for my own, but they're blocking it. So I got no choice but to try to ask for money or, to try to survive. Even though the money is fake, but we got no choice but to survive and work for fake, bust our ass for fake money every day. Or 5 days a week or 6 days a week. So, but that's the life we're forced to live and eat fake food just to quench our hunger and drink fake drinks to quench our thirst. But it's not really nourishment for our bodies, Lord. That's why we can't heal. But yesterday I had a piece of cheesecake that I had from earlier this month that I bought and I put it in a freezer for all this time. And so no more if I can help it, trying to be strong enough to buy no more cheesecake, no more ice cream, and stuff like that. Or, maybe in moderation, like maybe once a month or maybe never again. I don't know. But it seemed like one bite and then you're hooked. So trying to stay away and fight my depression in a different way. So then this morning, because of what I went through earlier this week, I thought to myself, and that same guy was trying to give me that so-called advice to you need to take a hiatus, from social media. But then, and you made false promises to delete your Twitter. But now that when you get hateful and turn against me, now your presence on Twitter is more active after you block me and turn against me. Or like you turned over a new leaf to block Candy out your life. And think you're better, think you're a better person that you block Candy out your life. You ain't no better than the regular perps. But you're supposed to be targeted too. And you want me to be the name to speak for you if anything happened to you, or have you die and then make you look crazy out in the media, that you expect me to speak out for you. But you weren't there for me when I went through what I went through with Sky Zone and being bullied online and certain other situations. That's how it is. They come crying to me when they need help. But when I'm going through a crisis, I'm a negative drama queen who just energy drain and complain too much. But then they come to me when they need somebody to talk to. And they say that they don't have nobody. But I deserve to be punished with just dealing with my stuff on my own. So, but anyway, this morning, just when I thought about maybe I should just log out of Twitter and lock my tweets and take a break. But I thought, well, I'm not sure whether I don't know. I'm gonna think about it. I'm not sure whether or not to do that yet, But I still feel like what's going on in the world, I can't say it on here, but what's, going on in the world and stuff, I feel like I got to keep up with truther news on trying to keep up with what's going on in the world so I can be prepared and maybe learn some things. But people use social media for different reasons, but they had these two people who did videos saying that you should get rid of all your social media. But I mean, if you made that video a month ago saying stay off social media, and then still 9 hours ago you still got a video up, or you're still doing videos while warning everybody else to get off social media, because I didn't realize, I thought YouTube was different because it's mainly videos, but some people consider YouTube social media, some people don't. But when I said I don't do social media, I didn't do Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and stuff for a while. But as I said, I got back on, trying to ask for help, and I was desperate and, trying to do whatever I could to stay out of jail. Because they gonna have me arrested for being homeless. So, and other professed targets weren't trying to help me. And when other targets, they put up a GoFundMe and they get their support and people like them. And, I don't know what it is about a person that they can be considered popular and well liked and well respected, but another person do the same thing as you. I mean, you do the same thing as them, but they want to make sure they just don't like you, and they want to make sure you're ignored and stuff like that. And so, but at the same time, you're not trying to compare yourself to others, but you're just trying to point out the hypocrisy and injustice and favoritism. Like, why would one target deserve to be punished and ignored and not recognized, but another person doing the same thing you're doing? And I've seen somebody, post a video and be like, well, this is the best evidence of gang stalking I've ever seen. When other people, how could you say that and other people have recorded similar? If somebody that's popular and they driving in their car and a person coming the opposite way and driving by, brightening their lights or brightening one headlight, and then it'd be like a 10-second video, and then somebody glorify them and be like, this is the best gang stalking evidence I've ever seen. Well, they got other people who have way better and more. I'm like, what makes you so special, though, that everybody just elevates you to the top? And we're all going through the same. I think that targeted individuals, but I know it's kind of not possible, but I think that we all should have, approximately at least, equal amount of love, attention, care, and support. And, I know you can't really help everybody, but especially financially, you can't help everybody. But the perps made sure, I mean, I'm just making y'all aware that the perps have made sure that other TIs betray me, turn against me, and don't support me. And to make me feel like, well, damn, other targets are perps too. If they're doing the same thing that the perps do. So it's like I can never keep a long-term friendship with other targets, and they all backstab and betray me or turn against me, or you know, or they'll take me the wrong way, or if I do or say something and I try to apologize that I didn't mean any harm, and they ain't trying to hear that. People who profess to be Christian, but they got narcissistic personalities, they'll tell you like if I'm upset and bitter about what the foster mom did to me and the fact that she put me in a gang stalking program and stuff, you know, they'll say, well, forgive your foster mom. And they'll remind you that, you know, if you don't forgive, then God won't forgive you. Or they want me to forgive the Freemason who raped me, or this guy who did this or that, or somebody who did that to me, or the person who cheated me or took advantage of me or some kind of way. Oh, just forgive that person. Or you know, but then they can get mad at me and grudge against me and don't like me. They'll make it like, oh, I'm not still bitter, or I'm not grudging against you. I just don't like your ass. They figure that they might have their minds made up that they just don't like me. So people won't admit that they hate you, but their actions show that they hate you. But they won't tell you I hate you. But I got numerous people who hate me. But they'll think it's a more fake, polite way to say it by saying people don't care about you. That they just don't care about you. So, you know, other professed targets, you know, have not been called. I don't know what makes my situation more different than other people who profess to be targets. You know, even people who say that they're targeted like me, they try to discipline and handle me like I'm a child and don't care that they're 14 years younger than me. And, you know, treat me like I don't have common sense. And it's like I have to experience the same thing from people who say that they're targeted or they're going through it. I got to experience the same thing. And it's like people who say that they're targeted, it's like they hate me with the side eye like the rest of the world. So if it weren't, I guess I probably would have been, I don't even know how I would have been able to cope or handle this though. Now I'm still going through this a lot by myself anyway. But dealing with being online, you know, because that guy, he said that he's dealing with gang stalking and narcissistic abuse as well. And he did a very short, succinct video basically saying that stay off social media because it really ain't good for you. So saying that social media is not good for you, but I still feel like I need it for you know, important information. But then he put a link in the description box of his channel to a female who was saying to you know, basically get rid of your social media. And some people say that social media is toxic, or it's a number one haven for narcissists to have the opportunity to hurt you and stuff. And so they say, oh, stop. But people with narcissistic personalities try to tell me, oh, don't tell all your business or stop telling all your business. But if it's related to my targeting, you know, why am I supposed to? I mean, to each one's own. If you feel like you want to do videos, then that's fine. But you can't force me to live according to your opinion. and then you do something like say if somebody tell me over the phone, get rid of your social media or take down all your YouTube videos, and then they get mad and block my phone number, and I can't get those YouTube videos back because because I got rid of my account. And it's like these people are all about control and trying to order you around and tell you what to do and dictate your life. And so it's like, I didn't want to get rid of my YouTube channel and my YouTube videos. But again, me being single by myself, I feel like having a twin, I shouldn't have to be forced to be homeless having a twin or any of my family. I never heard of a homeless twin where one twin is homeless and the other twin is living their best life and won't help them. But it's okay. I don't want help from any family because the family never did anything for me really in all these years. And then despite me doing a lot for the family and being generous and giving, and then just been abused even more, kindness taken for weakness and stupidity. And how people say you've been played like a fool. So, and I would feel anxiety, about all the thumbs down on my videos and wondering what I said wrong, especially if it's a lot of thumbs down. But the online perps thinking that it's cool for everybody to hate Candy. That's the coolest thing. That's the hottest trend right now, is to hate Candy Grandpre. No matter if she's trying to speak the truth. But then they'll try to convince everybody to believe Candy's fake and a liar and a deceiver and that Candy's playing, y'all. But it's actually my twin sister. So she's the one who's playing everybody and lying and perping me, bullying me, and stuff like that, and line up with strangers who you will never meet in person, and to battle with bullying, trying to bully your own twin online. So it's just a shock how even people who profess to be Christians make it like I'm the biggest devil and that they separate themselves from me. But people who say that they're targeted and Christian, they make excuses for the perps and try to say that they can't knock a perp's hustle and that the perps gotta eat too. Well, Candy Grandpre needs to live too. Candy Grandpre has to survive too. But Candy Grandpre's life is treated as it doesn't matter. And then people will try to they have their, with them being brainwashed or their minds, corrupted about lies about me, that seed is planted. So the littlest thing that they suspect, they'll believe that, okay, it's true that Candy is a fraud or Candy is not who she seems and stuff like that. And people won't even give me a chance to get to have them a mind of their own. Even family members they will laugh and think I'm crazy, and they refuse the idea of get to know your aunt, your auntie, get to know your niece, get to know your sister, get to know your daughter, get to know your cousin. But even professed targeted individuals believe the false rumors that Candy is no good, that Candy Grandpre is not a good person or not a nice person, or Candy Grandpre is evil. And they cry and talk about how other TIs believe the smear campaigns and false rumors about them too. I've had other people who profess to be targeted individuals, and they act like they would say that, well, hey, I've been falsely accused of being a pedophile and a rapist or this or that too. And it's like, and then they'll turn around and act like as if they believe that I did molest my niece Raven, in which I know I didn't. So it's like, now, did you molest her? Did you molest Raven? I'm like, no, I didn't. But then there'll be a male target who had been accused of, they would tell me that they've been accused of molesting their niece or nephew. And they don't have any kids of their own. So that hurts me. That why would, you know, if you're targeted and going through the same thing, why would you believe that about me? You know, if you have been, you know, if you say that you had the same false accusations made about you, you know, you've been lied on too. And even other female targets have said that they've been falsely accused of being a pedo too. You know, that they've been, but you know, so they put you in the surveillance program with the false accusation or a false label. And we target individuals who are falsely accused of something like that. When we're not required to register as a sex offender. You're never going to catch our names on the registered sex offender list. But the registered sex offenders are the ones who get granted with a car so they can drive around and surveil you with one headlight. They can drive with one headlight and no license plate and no brake lights and no tail lights at night. Wow, I'm still getting the gnats. Oh, I can't afford to have my computer ruined again. That's why I can't wait to get out of here. This room. But I still need a roof over my head. So, there was something else I wanted to say, but it slipped my mind. But I also would like that for me too, that where is anybody to speak on my behalf and defend me and say, yes, Candy is a real TI. Candy does not have mental problems. Candy is not scamming people. Candy is not crazy. Candy is not faking this because I'm going through the same thing. They just sit there and let my twin sister slander me and make all these videos and join in. And you're supposed to be targeted too. And you showing footage of yourself being targeted while you're doing the same thing as they're doing. So it's like you're playing both sides. Well, I don't know what. I'm frustrated and I threaten to quit all the time. And say I just give up on trying to convince people that I can try to convince every day, and they still won't be convinced or they won't believe me that I am a real TI going through this. But if you haven't done videos in years, you know, I believe that some people might, just quit doing videos because they might get frustrated and say, okay, there's more to life than this. Or more productive things we can do. But if my phone camera prevents me from being set up, then I will continue to keep using it. Yesterday, they had a perp filming me with her phone aimed at me when she was driving in a white vehicle and had a red phone case. And she had her phone aimed at me. And it's like, you people really think you're doing the right thing. But I heard that people brainwash people and say, don't help her. Don't help Candy. And it comes from the perps. I showed y'all the perps brag about, don't help Candy because she wastes any money everybody gives. Alex wanted me to die. Alex wanted me to be destroyed. He wants me to go to jail or the mental institution. When he really trying to get me locked up in a mental institution, not jail. And other perps too, they want me in a mental institution so bad. And that's all they can do is call me mental, 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 mental. Just mental. And just crazy is the the number one way that they describe me. And they just want me to throw myself away. They want me to throw my life away, in which I've shown y'all. Your life is useless. Why don't you throw it away? What makes your life better? Who are you? You didn't procreate me. You didn't create me. So who are you to tell me to get off this planet? None of us own the earth. But the narcissistic perps make it like as if they got more right to be on this earth and utilize Earth's resources, but you don't. They got more rights than you do. You don't have any rights, but they got all the rights in the world. So, yeah, so between, I think from October 2020 through February 2021, I was just using only YouTube. And then you feel depressed and like less of a human because everybody has you blocked on your account, blocked on a certain social media, and they don't even know you, or you haven't even contacted them before, but you're trying to reach out to other TIs and they have you blocked for no reason at all because they want to make it like they're suspicious that you a perp without even getting to know you and without you even say, well, hey, I'm a TI too, and for me to show you, they just want nothing to do with you. And so it's hard to try to reach out to other targets and have support, that support network. And then, if there is an online support group for targets, it's always like the popular fake TI perps, the popular fakes at the top running it. And then the lower people, the door, who's really suffering it, because the popular fakes, they just pretending. How are you going to have a picture of a pink face one day that looks melted, and then the next day you have a picture that your face looks normal? Because you're a fake TI perp that has Photoshop pictures of yourself, or if not photo edited to make it look like as if you're really being targeted, burned, and attacked when you're really not. And notice it don't be videos, but just pictures. And y'all believe them. But I heard that some people can photo edit videos, of fake stuff to make it look real as well. But sometimes, how can you tell the real from the fake? So I wonder, how would a real targeted individual get their hands on a physical directed energy weapon to show people? But you got me blocked for no reason, Richard Moore. And I haven't done you anything. So, I don't like the idea of a real TI trying to question or discredit another real TI. It takes a lot of convincing that you show them the truth and they still don't believe you. But, now I feel like I have to depend on social media with the possibility of helping me to survive and stay off the streets. And but I also pray to God too and ask him, please help me stay off the streets. And I'm praying that you send someone, to help me with the money to, to stay here for another week or something like that. So, I'm afraid of being back, that I will be back on the streets very soon. And I'm not sure if I can get another job. Or if I do, how fast? So, how fast? So, yeah, so from October 2020 through February 21st, I had no Twitter or anything else, just YouTube. And then February 2021, I think I just said something weird and didn't realize it. There's something that didn't sound right. But October 2020 through February 2021, I got rid of every other social media, and I was gonna shut my YouTube down too. But the fake TI perps, they were like, take down your channel, stop doing videos because you make the TI community look bad. So I got I tried to get Parler, but it seemed like everybody who professed to be targeted individuals, when I try to follow them on Parler, they all have me blocked. And they all huddled together and had me blocked. So, if you targeted like me, I don't understand why you avoid me like the plague. And you glorify yourself as normal or condemn me as slow and crazy. And treat me like how the rest of the society treats me. Try to control me, order me around and tell me what to do. And if I stand my ground, they'll say, oh, you burned your bridges from the people that's trying to help you. You're not trying to help me by telling me don't get a car. Or that you have no business driving. You're thinking just like the perps. That's not trying to help me. Because the perps want to try to make it like as if I'm not mentally capable. That I'm not responsible, not mature. People make mistakes every day. And they'll try to say you never learn from your mistakes. You don't either. We all, none of us are perfect, but the narc won't allow the victim to make mistakes and correct their mistakes. So, so then I was going to use from February 2021, I was just going to use my Twitter and stay away from the so-called TI community and just try to, promote my ebooks as part of the writing community. Well, I'm not even accepted in the writing community either, because the writing community, if you ain't doing horror, sci-fi, fantasy, and thriller and romance, then you don't get recognized. But I just try to put my ebooks, and now I'm trying to just promote my blog and put my blog out there. I'm trying to promote my blog and put my blog out there. And my blog consists of some research that I've done on, certain topics that I can't talk about on here or any other platform. And my fiction short stories, my nonfiction ebooks, my targeted individual and gang stalking and narcissistic abuse experience, Christian talk, survival, prepping, stuff that's going in the world, stuff that's going on in the world that I can't talk about here. So, I use it for my freedom and liberty to say what I want without consequence or without percussion or without being shut down, that you got to suffer consequences for sharing the truth with people and get punished, and they want to make you learn your lesson to ever say anything true on Twitter again, or you got to be forced to take your post down that's truthful and can help others. So I just have my own blog that you say something truthful about something I can't say on here, and then they'll say your account is pending investigation, like as if you're in so much trouble that you said something blasphemous for sharing the truth about what I can't say on here. So I heard that the elite plan to shut down the internet at some time anyway. I don't know when, but when the grid's supposed to go down, and we're being prepared for that now. And if people think I'm retarded and don't have the common sense to drive a car, or they think I'm not mature enough or don't have the common sense to take care of myself or this or that, it's just their assumptions. I've been taking care of myself for a long time. I just need, a money-making or a job opportunity to survive every day. I'm not trying to be greedy. I'm not trying to become rich. I used to want to when I didn't know any better. But I'm just trying to get a secured place to live, mainly. I wish I had enough help to get me a secured place to live. So, but then again, being a targeted individual, I couldn't do a work-at-home job where I have to talk over the phone, because it would be, if I talk over the phone with the, something that required me listening to something, I can't have background noise. So, I need something where I can just, type and use my MP3 player and earbuds to block out the outside noise so I can concentrate and focus. And, they would do, and I feel bad that I don't have that many skills. Despite having a degree, I don't have that many skills, but I've been blocked from the opportunity to gain skills throughout the years also. I feel like a lot of years of my life have been wasted just moping around depressed all the time. But I have made efforts to try to get this job opportunity, or try to do this, try to better myself in this way. Like when I didn't know it was part of the gang stalking sabotage. That when I was living in Denton, Texas, I was supposed to get the disabled transportation to a job interview where I could have been been a school bus driver from Louisville, Texas, the Louisville ISD for the schools. And that was like in 2010 or 2011. And I was devastated, and my feelings was hurt, and I was crying. I was not able to get a job in New York. I was not able to get a job in Denton, Texas because of lack of transportation. And the buses, it was strange because everywhere in Denton, Texas, all the jobs were on I-35. Or all the job opportunities were in places. All the job opportunities were in areas. All the job opportunities were in areas where the buses don't run. And it would take you a 2-hour walk to get there from your place to the job. And I financially struggled so bad in Denton, Texas. But I had my own roof over my head. And I was broke, but got paid on the 3rd of the month and was broke by the 5th of the month after paying bills. But I had food stamps. But I had a secured roof over my head. And so I stayed inside most of the time, or I would take a walk to the college campus and go use their internet and be there all day on a computer researching things and trying to figure out what I can do. I ask questions about how can I get a work at home position. Work at home positions are scams. And I'm like, well, how you get to be a stay at home mom and work at home? It's like people won't let me in on their secret. As I said, I'm not trying to be successful. I'm just trying to get a secure, permanent roof over my head and a job opportunity. But people want to make sure that I'm ignored and not acknowledged. I mean, if it was before targets had betrayed me and stuff, more people could have read my ebook. They're just so disgusted with me that they don't even want to read my ebook for free. They're disgusted with me enough that they don't want to read my ebooks for free. And then they try to downgrade and dehumanize me and make it like, oh, all she does is just beg all the time. And she just beg and complain all the time. But other targets out there are doing the same thing. Y'all don't want us to, y'all trying to silence our voice talking about this targeting, our personal experiences with this targeting program. The fake TI purpose running around saying, don't take this seriously. It's just AI. It's fake. So, I heard that don't be discouraged for people hating you for standing your ground and staying truthful and staying real while they become fake and compromise and sell out. That's what people want you to let your guard down and compromise and join the herd. And they don't want you to stand out and be different. But as I said, it's frightening that people don't care about a single disabled female, not being able to secure a place to live, and somebody that's being targeted and harassed. And I really feel like I get more prejudice and discrimination because I'm black. And even my own black people feel like they would rather help other people of a different race than their own kind. I got family, not at the moment because I'm not in contact with them, but as of 2017, 18, or 2008 or 9, family members who are financially more fortunate than me, but still, you got a whole doggone car. Mark, what you need my money for? Ramona, you will never taste homelessness, but what you need my money for? And I'm struggling on the streets and you're still trying to get money out of me. But I'm not in contact with them anymore. So I think Wyatt was trying to contact me. But yeah, my twin sister told him about my targeting ebook. So yeah, now the family really mad at me. Because your family members do, target and perp you. And you wonder why they living better than you. You get a Social Security check. And they got a good-ass job, and they can have a big SUV with a third row seat and a family and kids. What they need your money for? But I've overheard certain rumors about some of my family members gaming the system, cheating and scamming the system. And that's how people try to act like they want to try to convince me to do that. And it's not in me to do that. And I never have been the one to game the system or cheat the system. But I've been falsely accused of gaming, not until 2020, online strangers who don't know you and making perps, fake TI perps and regular perps, making false assumptions, falsely saying that Candy is gaming the system. Back then, you would have never catch me being accused, even falsely accused of, where are these lies and false rumors coming from? Now I'm just trying to get help into my situation. Help out of my situation. And they'll say, if you've been struggling all these years, then you're the problem. But everybody got their backs turned, their hearts hardened, and their noses turned up. But, you know, they got other targets. It's like targets don't even want to rescue each other. I'm talking about even with other targets. You know, targets don't even want to rescue each other. And some targets just give up. Some targets just give up. So, and it really is tiring that you don't want to think about the gang stalking every day. But you try to do something like enjoy a nice meal or have a day out in nature, try to go to the beach, and the perps are there to ruin it. They're there to ruin it. And then you get called, attacked, and blamed, and called the negative person, and people be like, well, see, that's why nobody want to be around you. And I'm like, look at you, can't even enjoy a day at the beach. Well, it ain't my fault. I try to have a good time, and I don't even announce, hey, y'all, I'm about to go to the beach. But, you know, I just make a spontaneous trip there, and the perps are there and just ruin my peace and quiet with the noise campaigns. And have super loud music that even if I have my earbuds in, I can feel every cell in my body pounding and all my organs pounding and vibrating. Oh, just ignore it. It's too unbearable and torturous to ignore. And that's like the ignoring somebody hit you upside the head with a brick and the blood is coming out of your head like lava out of a volcano. And you get told to ignore that. I mean, it's like excruciating and unbearable. But other targets might be like, well, look how they're throbbing. Look how they're throbbing my neck and my throat. You see that? Or look how they hitting me with the energy weapons. Or look, they burned me right here. Or look what the perps are doing. They're making my eye twitch. Or they you know, something on your body. Or something like that. Or if they're laying up in a hospital because they did some kind of attack to your heart with the directed energy weapons, and you end up in the hospital. Like when I had to go to the emergency room in January 2021, I didn't really get any outpouring love and, you know, concern and stuff like that. Or if I am absent from social media, people don't really contact me to try to check up on me. But it's like only the paid perps want to watch your every move just so they can find things to use as a weapon against you to destroy and hurt you and falsely accuse you of something that's never been and that never will be in your character. I don't even have the skills to game the system or to try to scam and get over with a system like that. But it's shocking, these rumors that online strangers will make about you. You know, so but I don't want to be that much longer, and I'm still not connected to the internet. It's still saying no access. But yeah, you know, it's hard to just say nowadays that you're just gonna do without a phone. But you know, if I can have a job that will be enough, then I can get me another laptop. But another laptop can wait. But another phone, I almost need it. Well, it hasn't fully broken down on me yet. But my phone is breaking down on me. So the phone is breaking down on me, and so is my computer. But I would be content with, 2,500 a month from work plus the Social Security check, if that would be enough to get me a permanent place to live. But a $15 an hour job, it's been made to look like as if I'm not deserving or worthy of a $15 an hour job. And the perps want us targets to be forced low income. They don't, and that they want to try to account for every penny. They don't want you to make a certain amount. But I'll say the demonic perps don't have rulership or authority over me. You're not Lord over my life. You're not God over my life. You're here to kill, steal, and destroy. So, yeah, I'm just giving my internet history. Talk about my personal internet history, and but now I no longer. I mean, if it weren't for from the knowledge I've gained on the internet, I probably still wouldn't know the truth. And I probably would still be watching TV, still be brainwashed, probably still be listening to Aaliyah and other celebrities, and Chris Brown, or Michael Jackson. I don't know. Escape, Cut Close, Boys to Men, and all those people, not knowing that they were Masons and Eastern Stars, practice witchcraft. And I wouldn't have known about John Todd exposing witchcraft in the music industry. I would have been ignorant to all that, and I'm thankful and glad that I know about it. If it weren't for internet research, I wouldn't have known about the cult that I was in. Yay! So I'm glad that I found out about cults and mind control, so I can escape from it, so I can have some truth and share the truth with others. And so I mean, I feel like I can't totally get off. Maybe I can say I can reduce my time on the internet, but me personally, I feel like I can't. Well, right now I'm using Twitter to promote my blog and my ebooks and my writings and stuff. So in 2021, I got the Twitter account that I have mainly to promote my ebooks. And so since I tried to join Parler and all the so-called targets have blocked me for no reason, then I don't even use Parler no more. I thought I heard they shut Parler down or something. I don't know. But then so then when the Sky Zone thing happened, that's when I, tried back again to link up with other targeted individuals and using Twitter for, what other targeted individual talk. But regular people in the writing community or reading community, I guess the only people who are interested in talk about gang stalking is the perps who want to discredit it, or the targets who's going through it ourselves. Other than that, the general population or the masses really don't want to hear about this increased surveillance and Havana syndrome with the foreign. I mean, it's not just the diplomats, but it's here in America too. Havana syndrome. And I want to do more research into that too. So they try to discredit us targeted individuals as being crazy hypochondriacs with shared delusion. Crazy hypochondriacs with shared delusion, and that, yeah, I say hypochondriacs, yeah, crazy hypochondriacs with shared delusion. And so that we diagnose ourselves, and that we're just one big narcissistic cult Well, the popular fakes have turned it into a narcissistic cult. So, and then the professed TI community, they want to do act like as if they want to do a contest on bragging about, they think that the more persecuted they are, they think that they're better than you because they claim to be more persecuted than you when they're actually less persecuted than you. If you have a permanent roof over your head and a car, a family, you still have your family, your kids, your wife, you married, and your job is not sabotaged. How are you more targeted than somebody that's screaming on the streets for help in tornado and hail, and everybody's saying, don't help her, don't help her. But you claim you got a successful business that hasn't been sabotaged. So people think I deserve to be punished without the right to live. And it's like we targeted individuals are forced to live in a prison without walls. It's like a prison of the mind. And we did nothing worthy to deserve this punishment and persecution. We have a right to work, have a family. I wish I can be married with a husband and a Christian husband that's not abusive, that's not a handler. A Christian husband that's going to biblically love me and care about me. And we have kids together. And we research and know the same truth and be on the same path of truth. But it's like people have been stopping me with relationships, friendships, jobs. I'm not allowed to have 5 minutes of peace and quiet. So, I'm not allowed to have a voice to speak out, or else I'm a negative or bad person, or I just drain people of their energy, or they think that all she does is whine all day, and she don't never do anything to try to help get out of her situation. I have been trying. I tried everything I know how, and that gets blocked too. You don't understand. If professed targets act like they don't believe you, or try to discredit you, or they try to get you to doubt your own targeting, or they want to try to gaslight you, but some professed targets, I have had to cut them off because they step over your boundaries and get bossy and aggressive, and it's making me feel even more controlled and imprisoned and miserable. And I just want my freedom. So it's like another professed target can act like they think they got the authority to control and restrict your happiness or something you would want out of life. And they feel like, well, if I can't be happy, then you can't either. So, even other professed targets, like, remember I told y'all about the popular fakes tripping over my $10 steak dinner? And it was and it's like, calm down. When I'm on the streets, my meals are like $5 or $10. I told y'all why I can't eat at the soup kitchens. And, trying to save trouble. Trying to stay out of trouble. Who wants to go to a soup kitchen and be threatened with a knife, and then the leader of the soup kitchen, they don't even want to do anything about it. So I stay away. I don't even go to the Washburn Center. And the Michael guy, he acted like he didn't want to help me anyway. So I know this is a big open talk, but I said that I was gonna the majority of it is me talking about my social media experiences and trying to respond to those couple of videos of people saying stay off social media because of everybody being narcissistic and showing themselves and stuff. But I don't think it's narcissistic to show, look, the dual weapons burn my arm. That's not narcissistic. Or look at the one headlight, a red car with one that tried to hit me with one headlight, or the white truck that tried to hit me with no license plate. That's not attention seeking. If you're trying to get your targeting out there, that's not attention seeking. But if you try to be if you want to try to show off, your fancy, your fancy new dress or something, or if you're trying to be Instagram famous, trying to get some fame, that's not worth your soul. All you're trying to do is trying to get famous. And you don't care about God. You just, chasing after the devil and think it's cool. And then those people, they play with the devil. I mean, they think that, I'm going to say it, like a thought came to my mind this morning that these young people here, they think the devil is cool until they get burned by him. And when I say burned, I mean destroyed. So, or they'll try to make like they don't believe you when you try to warn them. And then, or they'll discount you as crazy. And then after they've been burned and destroyed, that's when they'll be like, Candy, you were right. I should have listened to you. It wasn't worth it. But I don't think that T.I. should be hating each other and stuff like that. But T.I. also shouldn't violate each other's boundaries or be disrespectful and abusive either. So, I mean, if I'm 38 years old and you're 23, I think you should respect that I don't appreciate being called girl. And you shouldn't be like, well, damn, I gotta walk on eggshells for you. But you're saying, do other stuff to make me feel like as if I'm not mentally capable, or like I don't know any better, or like I don't have common sense, or like I'm slow. But you expect me to survive on my own, or you hold me accountable or hold me responsible for things and make like, oh, you ought to know better, or you knew better. But then you make I'm too slow to do this and do that. So it's all about just want to keep you down and keep you suffering and tortured even more. And targeted individuals aren't doing each other any favors by oppressing and bullying other TIs, and especially on Twitter and Facebook and stuff. When I was on Instagram, I didn't really get to see all that many. I was wondering where all the targeted individuals on Instagram. I didn't see all that many. And almost all of my posts kept getting censored on Facebook and Instagram. So I'm like, it's useless. So I want to go where my voice can be heard. So it might be 3 or 4. Some videos, if I can get on the internet, and which I will. I just need to find the right. Maybe wait until tonight and the Wi-Fi might work. This doggone gnat keeps. Come on, man. So I mean, I'm gonna take the what they say into consideration and think about it. But I don't know. They say that you should only use the internet for business purposes, or maybe just sharing the word of God, or trying to share the gospel, but not other. I'm gonna tell y'all my reasons for why I use the internet. I use the internet for researching and learning. And wow, shucks. I use the internet for research and learning, and to do videos exposing my targeting, um for my writing. I use it for my writing and to learn more about targeting and any other research about the topics that I usually research. I use it for researching and of course sharing ideas, and I use it for my writing. I use it for job hunting, job searching, and that's why I'm gonna just keep my Twitter up for as long as I could, to try to promote my ebooks and my writings. But some people say it's not real, that don't worry about the thumbs down because it's not authentic. And I do believe that the perps, they give you thumbs down. It's not that, or the false bad reviews on all my ebooks is just it's not authentic. It's just like they don't really feel that way, but they just want to hurt you, and for sport, for the thrill, to get you to react a certain way, and they're influenced by the devil. But some of the even professed targeted individuals who you least expect to turn their backs on you, the ones who you least expect are the main ones who do it. So look in the description box, and I'm gonna show y'all the videos when y'all can watch on y'all free time, because I know this is way longer than I thought it was gonna be, but it's not gonna be the whole 3 hours. I'm about to finish up soon, but just let me finish telling y'all this. Look in the description box, and on y'all own free time, y'all can watch those videos that I was talking about. I'm not here for attention or narcissism. I'm here and telling my experiences about my targeting and narcissistic abuse, and also needing help to survive every day. So I guess I'm done rambling on for the moment. If I have something to say later on, I can talk about it later on. Also, link in the description box of my blog post if you want to stay up to date on my blog post. I'm not talking about you perps. I'm talking about other TIs or people who want to be supportive of me. But before I go, I wanted to say that Pam Smith, before she betrayed me and joined my twin sister and started perping me online, Pam Smith was supportive of me for a long time and then turned against me for I don't know what reason why. And it was after that video of that guy calling me an infection. And so that's super hateful to call somebody an infection, and you're supposed to be a Bible believer. Just because I don't know how to cope with my emotions and my traumas and stuff, it's not that easy to just get over it. And that's pretty harsh and insensitive to tell someone if somebody say that about you. But she before she betrayed me, it's like when Alex ran me out of Pensacola, I remember that she commented on my video and said that, Candy, your life was so much better before you got back on social media. I guess after Alex ran me out of Pensacola and I got back on social media, I guess that's when everything went downhill. But the only social media I'm doing now is Twitter. I'm doing Twitter and YouTube and to promote my blog that nobody wants to read except the obsessed perps. But you can't comment. But I had to make it to where nobody can comment. But and I apologize for that, because I don't have a way where I can, like, buy me a coffee was like another Patreon. But with Buy Me a Coffee, the site wouldn't allow me to block the perps and their abusive comments and threats. And nobody wants to hear me expose the threats and harassment. So to minimize that is why people can't comment on my blog. But, I feel hurt because I wish, I would like to, for people to, give supportive feedback. But people ignore my blog and don't read it anyway. Or they ignore my YouTube videos and don't watch anyway. Or they act like they're too scared to comment but they always want to say something hurtful. So, some people act like as if they'll give you advice on something and make it like because they gave it to you, it's good advice and you have to take it and you're not allowed to question it. Or you're not allowed to think about it first. Or try to use some discernment first before you take action to do what they suggest. Some people might be giving you bad advice, but they get mad at you when you don't accept their bad advice. Something that you know is destructive and that they don't have your best interests at heart. So, please, I hate to have to, in every video keep asking for donations. It's in the description box or on my blog. Have to keep asking for donations. Whatever y'all can spare, please. I need help. Even professed Christians won't help me. And they think they want to make me suffer and be punished and feel like I burn my bridges or I don't deserve help. And I'm like, where are all the Christians? Oh, And I think that every Christian should believe this targeting is real because it's biblical. And professed Christians they want to sit there and leave you to suffer and don't even want to help you. And you see favoritism in the church. Even in the body of Christ, plus physical man-made churches too. And a lot of abuse, narcissism, and bullying, and stuff that's just not fair and not right at all. I mean, people expect me to go out and get a job and work and say that nobody owes you a job. They say nobody owes you a job, but at the same time, they say, go get a job, but nobody owes you a job. But I'm like, well, how do you expect me to get one if nobody wants to hire me? Or everybody's better qualified or more experienced? And so, but they tell you in a cruel way that your degree is useless and it doesn't matter. They don't tell you in a truthful way that they don't say the conspiratorial reason why your degree is useless. But they'll say it in a way out of jealousy and just to tear you down by saying, they'll get mad and twist their face up and be like, your degree means nothing. But they don't say your degree doesn't mean anything because and that you're wasting your time going to college. They don't say it in a constructive and helpful way. And people love to put each other down and kick you down, yet they call it constructive criticism when it's negative criticism. But narcissistic abusers always call their negative criticism, they glorify it as constructive. But they use it to kick you down and make you feel ashamed. So, I mean, even social media is fake. The fact that I see on Twitter that everybody, like, I know I was forced to have my tweets locked for a while due to the harassment and abuse. But and they stalked every tweet I had. And I'm like, go get a life. But now my tweets are open. And but even when on my other account, I never liked my tweets before then, But on my other account and previous Twitters, Now people fake like my tweets, but they don't retweet and spread the word like they do other people. It's like they think I'm not worthy to be retweeted. But some people be like, well, be thankful that they even like your post. But, you know, I seldom get really any retweets. But I think that to just like every post and don't retweet stuff, I feel like that's pretty fake. You know, because and people just don't want to be supportive or they don't want to help me. But they think that you have to earn it or deserve it to be liked in society by other people who are not God or don't have that authority to make that decision whether or not you deserve to be liked or helped by anybody. They make it like as if I have to earn it, but everybody else, they get the help because they're already popular and well liked. But a lot of us targets, you know, if we're crying out about the same thing, what makes me the special drama queen and nobody else if we're all crying about the same thing? So please look in the description box of the videos that I want to show y'all, and also link in the description box, and also if y'all want to donate anything y'all can spare, even if it's $1, or you know, I'm thankful and grateful for it. I mean, I need all and any of the help I can get, and if y'all can share my PayPal on y'all social media to get me some help to try to hopefully get me a stabilized place to live, or a vehicle to live in, or an RV, a camper, or something safe so I can be stable. I have a driver's license. I don't have a vehicle. So I just need help. And then people punish me and they don't want to help me, but they love other TIs enough to help them get dug and pulled up out of their situation. But when it comes to me, I deserve to be suffering and then be told, well, it's your fault that after all these years you still begging for help, then you're the problem. Well, and they try to make it like I got thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars and a lot of money that I just squandered it all. Is what their favorite perp's favorite word is. You squandered it all. How do you know what I squandered it on? You know, if I say it costs $340 to stay here, and I get $340 donated, and you still see me here another week. So how is that misusing the money or committing fraud? I don't understand. So thanks for listening to me. I'll see y'all later. Love y'all. Please give me some help. Oh, they try to freeze my computer. I love y'all. Please give me some help. Bye.